What up? What up? Yo. You should
So
say
we
things.
usually
There you go.
ask each other before the show, "Hey, what color shirt are you wearing tonight?" And
It
we
didn't
did
happen this
not do
time.
that tonight. So, you know,
Did
it's
not do
fine.
that this time.
It looks good on both of us. It's no problem.
Hey, people want to wear red. Let's wear red.
Exactly. It's
You know
that
what I
time
mean?
of year. Christmas it's September, so it's basically Christmas.
My
You know,
Christmas tree has been up all year, so
she
we
never
never
took it
took it
down.
down from last year.
All right.
There's a Christmas tree in my living room right now.
I'm actually trying not to. Last year I put it up in September, and I said this year I can't. I can't do that again.
We put ours up in last September.
Right.
And
It never came down.
it's been
It's
up for a
decorated
year
and
now.
everything. Like she turns it on and stuff.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Then we'll turn it on at night. See,
deep.
sometimes Theo will turn it on.
I feel like we need to have her on as a guest just to ask her some questions. Just to ask her some questions. That's all. Welcome to the show, everyone.
Kind of a
This is,
PK now. I mean, she's married into a pastor's family, and so her dad is her father-in-law. So
Okay, that's
kind of a PK. I mean, she didn't grow up with him, but
okay.
I'm just saying, you want to have her on, we can find an excuse to have her on.
We don't have that. We don't have an excuse. It's our show. We can do whatever
It's our
we want.
show. We can do whatever we want.
However, it is called Club PK. This is a show about the secret lives of pastors' kids, where we
Right.
talk to PKs about their life experiences growing up as PKs. How are you doing, Paul?
I'm doing mediocre, actually.
Okay.
I'm in a fair amount of pain right now.
Why?
My back is hurting, and my back hurts every day, but a couple of times a year it gets bad, and I need to lay down for like a day or two.
Is it like seasonal changing, like temperature changing, or?
You know what? I don't think it's temperature specifically. I just think it's wear and tear. I stay busy. Got a lot of irons and a lot of fires, and sometimes I just don't get enough rest, and then my back will just kind of force me to sit down. So
also, the school year just started. How long y'all been in?
This is week 5, I think.
So yeah, I know at least for the first 2 weeks. The first 2 weeks of every school year are ridiculous.
They're rough.
They're ridiculous. So your back just might be still recovering from that. To be honest,
that's possible. So after the show, I'm going to lay down until tomorrow morning for sure.
Yeah.
It's happening.
Me too.
How about you? How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. I am 100% going to bed tonight. I'm looking forward to it. I've been thinking about it since I got out of bed this morning because I didn't sleep well last night. So tonight I have to do better. I have to do better with it. And today was one of those days where I was just busy. Like there's just one thing after another, which hasn't happened in a long time. Like I have a lot of control over my schedule right now, just with the way my life is. So I usually just spread stuff out throughout the week, and that did not happen today. So I got everything done, but I'm tired, but also excited. I'm also excited. So welcome everyone. What'd you say, Paul?
I said it all piled up on you a little bit.
Yeah, but it's all behind me, so it's fine, except for this. Yeah. But listen.
This is gonna be fun today. It usually is.
I'm laughing already. Yeah. So first of all, let's say like, share, and subscribe.
Like, share, subscribe
to our channel. Our channel is CP Nix on YouTube and on Facebook, I believe. Share this with whoever. You definitely want to share this one, particularly if someone is down or heavy-hearted and you want to encourage them to laugh. Share this episode with them right now. The laughs are going to be natural. So tonight,
our guest, all on our guests, but we're gonna laugh for sure.
Yeah, our guest tonight, pastors in Raleigh, North Carolina, but he's from Chicago, Illinois. His father was a pastor already when he and his younger brother were born. He's been a pastor for 11 years. He's also been married for 11 years. He has a daughter. I'll say both of their names after we invite him on. But welcome to the show.
Welcome to the club.
I'm sorry. Welcome to the club. My bad. Where's he at?
You gotta put him on. I thought you were putting him on. Okay.
I'm here. I'm in the club.
Yeah.
I'm here. I was like, what do you mean? Where am I? I'm right here.
Paul's usually the one that clicks the button, so I was just waiting.
You pressed the button. I saw you leaning into your computer. I thought you were gonna do it, but
I'm sticking with my role.
What's up, guys? I'm here.
We were asking Austin in the pre-show. Remind us where you're from. It's like obviously Chicago. That's the only reason you would have a White Sox cap on. I mean, there's no other explanation unless you're Ice Cube. There's no other explanation for wearing a White Sox cap.
No, sometimes I switch and put the Cubs on, but they're not good either. So I
again, there's no other reason.
Whatever's going on.
I actually have always liked the Cubs.
Yeah.
As a Yankee fan, National League teams. I feel like I can like them without any threat because they're in the National League.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
it's just fun exhibition games. Yeah.
And the White Sox have been no threat recently either. So I mean,
it's just for fashion.
Not in anybody's way.
That's it.
Which is tough to do because the Yankees
have been bad.
Yeah, this is not.
This has been a rough season
at all.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of season this is. It's rough right now.
Yeah, it's been.
Everybody's team is bad.
Not everybody's team.
Well, except for the ones who are winning.
Right. Except for those. Welcome to the show, Austin.
Hey, I'm glad to be here.
You are married to the wonderful Jaleesa.
Yes.
You have a fantastic 4-year-old daughter named Arden. What is it like? I think I know the answer to the question I'm going to ask, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Did you foresee yourself married with kids? Like, was that always something you saw yourself doing?
You know what? Since we're on Club PK, I think, not being a pastoral family, and then I think seeing other families, I think that's just naturally what I think I wanted. I think that's what success, like, personal success looked like. Like having, a spouse or having a family in general, just being around family. I think that played a factor for me. And then, I think I grew up thinking I would have, boys as I had me and my younger brother. But having a girl, man, that just like, that's like the best thing ever. I'm a proud girl dad. Softened me up, man. It slowed me down drastically. So I enjoy it. Yes, I love it. So I did to answer the question. Yes, I did envision that for sure.
The reason why I knew the answer to that is because I've known you for a long time.
Yes. Oh, yes.
And I'm pretty sure the whole time you were with Jaleesa.
Yeah. And
I think I met you and y'all were together already.
Yeah.
So how long have y'all been together?
Ooh.
Yeah, count up those years. You've been married for 11, you said, but like in total, what are those years?
It's got to be 15 or 16. I think it's 16 though. I think we've been together 16 years. Yeah.
That doesn't feel like enough, but you would know better than I would know. We didn't start
dating until this is going to sound crazy because this is very taboo. And Paul knows this. Is we started dating the summer before we went to college. So before we didn't like date other people and meet at college. No, we went in to Oakwood dating. Now we were dating. That was saying that was my girlfriend. She was calling me her special friend. We had to fix that.
We all know what that is.
We had to fix that. But no, we were dating. We dated straight through. So yeah, we were together. Yeah, man, it's been a while. It is because when she came from.
So you were ready for the label before she was.
No. We were definitely dating. I think articulating it to other people because it kind of felt weird. Like, man, we're really gonna already coming in boyfriend and girlfriend before we, because the whole thing about college. You come, you meet your soulmate when you get there. You talk to somebody, you date around a little bit. But no, man, we went in with being together, and we never broke up. I mean,
I was going to ask that. So with it, no bumps in the. I mean, obviously there's arguments,
Paul,
but you never actually split.
Paul, no, at one time she was like, "Yeah, I think," she was like, I don't know if we're talking about maybe we should take a break or something. And I said some line like, I was like, "Baby, if we take a break," I was like, "You'll never see me again," or something crazy, something so cheesy and dumb. Something I heard in a movie once. It was so bad, Claire. But no. We dated straight through. She graduated before me because I played around in Greek. So
even if you don't play around in Greek, that's a tough.
Yeah, you can take Greek totally seriously and mess up. So
yeah, no, I played around with Greek, but got it together. B- B- gang. You know what I'm saying?
It is.
You're great.
It is.
So
sometimes good enough is good enough. Hello.
Okay.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. So yeah, we dated straight through, and then we got married a year after I graduated.
Wow.
Oh wait. Yeah. Yeah.
I thought it was longer than that. But so now I'm wondering, before you guys were official, how long were y'all together? But
we
unofficial?
definitely were friends, because when she came, remember, Jaleesa is from New Orleans, so she came over from Katrina. And so they moved here, and it's crazy because it's the 20th year for that, but they moved here. Right. So I've probably known Jaleesa. I didn't meet her until my junior year. So I've probably known her almost 18 to 19 years. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, congrats.
Yo, thank you. Yeah. Longevity gang over here.
Yeah.
I want to ask a off-topic, on-topic question just to get it out the way.
Yeah.
Just what's your reaction to the Charlie Kirk assassination?
So my initial reaction was, man, I just hate violence of any kind like that. I think, it was extremely shocking. I think that the videos that were circulating, we're talking off air about, I was telling our host tonight, I couldn't see the video. I think it was definitely just stunning. I think there's an initial reaction, okay, he got shot, but he's gonna, he's gonna pull through, because we just went through this. What was it? Almost a year ago when Trump was shot, and
he got nicked in like the side of his ear or something like that.
So I was kind of thinking that was the case. When they came out that he died, it was just kind of stunning that even in, and I should not be stunned because also stuff that we see, but I think I am still not comfortable with live assassination. I just think I'm not. I think some people just like, but that was my reaction, and I definitely don't think anybody, any family should see father or husband like that. And at the same time, I do also recognize what the culture's feeling, and that what he often spoke about, especially in Black and brown communities. In fact, it's interesting that he was speaking about gang violence and guns and all that kind of stuff, and was gunned down literally after that. And so, man, it's just if you're on Facebook and you're part of any community that you are, I'm sure Facebook is just going nuts with just a lot of think pieces. So yeah, man, just a crazy scene for sure.
The fact that live assassination is even something that you just said,
it's just
crazy.
It's crazy.
It's just what happens in this country.
And it's recorded from so many angles, and it's just like, it's just, and people are sharing it. I just, this is, I know we're gonna get into this back a little later, but I think, the reason I can't watch stuff like that is because I am familiar with death already because of my father passing. So I think I just have in the back of my brain, I just don't want to. I think that's the thing. I think for me personally, so that's kind of how I felt or feel when I see stuff like that. But all the think pieces, all of the different, I think Paul, we talked about this offline too. We really see what side of the fence a lot of people that you follow, that you see, and it really is interesting to read those things. But yeah, man, his rhetoric was really strong, and it was very, a lot of things that you would hear was just as tough as it was for me to hear what happened to him. It would be tough to hear some things he would say.
Right,
I would turn away from those things. So the feeling is the same.
Right. So I'm interested. I'm always interested in the just the polarized opinions, right? Because we get the people who are like, bump that guy, I'm glad he's dead type stuff, right? Which is one end of the spectrum,
right?
And to that end of the spectrum, I would say I don't think human empathy is ever misplaced, right? This is a father, this is a husband, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can disagree with what he has to say, but now his kid has to grow up without a dad.
Yeah,
I don't think human empathy is ever misplaced.
Right, I agree.
On that side, on the other side, we have people who are like, only empathy, right? And they're almost rewriting the history of the person, and they're martyrizing.
And that's nasty to see too.
That's the other side, and I'm like,
that's hard to see too.
That's too far too. I saw a guy. I saw one. There's a guy. I won't give any details. Somebody I know on Facebook said, I'm not looking at it, but something along the lines of, they were appalled at the amount of sort of vitriol that his death was getting from people and people, and he was like, well, he was always respectful and he was always nice to people and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, are we talking about the same person?
Where do you get that from?
You can't just rewrite history because you don't like the way he died. That doesn't work. You know what I mean? So that's the other side of it.
It doesn't work like that. And we're seeing that in real time. And we're seeing it. I mean, every time you kind of refresh the screen and you see another think piece and it's across everywhere. And especially, I mean, today it's crazy. It's 9/11 today. I don't think I have ever seen a day where 9/11 where 9/11 is overshadowed, and this is the first time.
Yeah,
which shows you how crazy this thing is.
Yeah.
But the other thing that happened yesterday, though, is there was a school shooting in Colorado, and nobody's talking about it.
No one's talking about it.
Nobody cares about a school shooting. So it's like it's not even newsworthy. It's like barely newsworthy.
It's just we living in strange times, bro.
Yeah,
man.
So anyway, do you want to jump in on this, Claire? We want to move on.
Not really.
Okay.
She's like transitioning right now. Get us out of here now.
No,
take the exit.
No, I've been listening to your opinions.
Yeah.
Good. I'm not on social media at all.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so happy that I'm not. I don't regret it. I hope I never have to go back.
Well, how long have you been social media free?
It's been a year, completely free for a year. But even before that, it had been several years where I was just on here and like barely on. Like if someone would send me something, I would click on it. But even now, if someone sends me something, I'm probably not going to click on it. And my friends know that. They don't even send me stuff anymore. That's how, you know what I'm saying? That's how far removed I am from it now.
Yeah.
It wasn't making me feel good. So I was just like, there's no reason for me to, why am I still doing this when it makes me feel bad? I'm just going to stop.
Yeah.
And so I stopped. And
good for you.
Yeah. It's too much for me. That's
a lot of us are addicted though. A lot of us, we feel bad and can't turn it off. And we just don't have the discipline. You know what I mean? So it's like, bravo, Claire, for just
I was like that.
being able to shut it off.
I was definitely addicted to social media at some point, so I went through that as well. But that was the thing that let me know. You know what? You should probably stop.
Yeah, the screen time on your iPhone, it'll shock you. It'll shock you.
Like 81 hours.
It'll come in bold letters to judge you. Like, oh, it's 100 hours this week, you bum. You got nothing done.
Is that the whole week? Like, how many hours in a week? You're not doing the math. How many hours in a week?
You get the screen time for your Bible app. You're like, oh my gosh.
11 minutes of the Bible app.
Yeah.
91 hours.
Trying to finish for months. You like
that's funny.
Oh man.
I mean,
so did you like growing up you're a pastor?
Yes.
You grew up in a pastor's family. That's the whole point of the show.
Yeah.
One could assume that you enjoyed your upbringing because you kind of pursued a similar career path. Would that be true? Would that be accurate?
Yeah, absolutely. I enjoyed it. I mean, I don't really have, and we all know the horror stories. I just had a good upbringing into it, and I think this is an interesting piece. My father was youth director, so I got to go to a lot of the cool stuff. I mean, I'm going to the basketball tournaments, the volleyball stuff, the youth stuff, the kids stuff. I got to travel with him to the campground and kind of be the kid on campus that felt like he was in charge as his dad was in charge when it came to camp, all that kind of stuff. So I had really good memories of church, and my parents gave a good balance.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't have to be there all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't go with dad always, even though I felt like I wanted to, but they were just trying to instill in me the importance of being home, doing other things, making connections outside of church. So I think that my parents did a good job of having a healthy balance, which really helped me appreciate the lifestyle that we were in.
That's interesting because we had April on here too, our sister-in-law, and her dad was also youth director, and she kind of has the same kinds of stories. Like, it was fun.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that's great.
Yeah.
That's good. Well, maybe that youth director is like the path.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's just you get exposed to a lot of these different events. Youth Congress we got to go to. I mean, all of these things. We And even when we couldn't go, Dad would bring back stuff. I got to really just get a front row seat to something. I'm not saying every time we went to church I loved. I'm not going to sit here and lie and say that. I think there were days like, man, I want to go home. Not only was it church school, but it was church, and then you came home. But it just kind of worked out that way to where a good portion of at least those early memories in Lake Region at Camp Wagner are some memories that still stick with me today.
Did you guys do some of the extracurricular church stuff? Did you like Pathfinders and choirs and some of those other stuff?
I'm gonna say this. I know the mic is hot. Yo, I hated Pathfinders. It's, dude. All right, and this is a safe space. All right. Pathfinders is like school on Sunday. It's like if you're not rock climbing or like, you know what I'm saying, building a raft, it's like schoolwork. I don't care about tying a knot 4 times. It's not, didn't enjoy it. I just did. Now, let me also put a plug. I love my Pathfinders at my church. They do an incredible job, and I love my team. I've got a great director. You know what I'm saying? I love it now. Now I love it.
As an adult, you love it for the kids as an adult.
Yeah, right. Extracurricular stuff. Definitely a lot of youth group stuff. I got a chance to really get into, I think, adventurers. From my early memories, I think I just had more fun with that. I think it was more activity based and stuff to do. And then too, my father was over at the time in Lake Region, the CFL. That was league. That was huge.
Say that one
in
more
Lake
time.
Region. So we had a CFL.
Yeah. What's it called? Stand for?
Yeah. Christian Fellowship League.
Okay.
So that really gave us an opportunity to, do basketball on Sundays. Most Sundays, we would go to multiple gyms and be a part. When I got old enough, I could actually play in those games. So it was really good. It was really, really good.
Are you gonna make Arden do any of this stuff?
So my daughter wants to go to church now more than I do. She has homegirls. She has girlfriends now. She's like, she's got homies. So she's expecting, she wants to go to Sabbath school because she wants to be, the leader at the door. She wants to lead the songs. She's enjoying it. She wants to go to choir rehearsal. Praise team rehearsal with my wife because she's got friends. So she enjoys it. She does. The extra stuff that we do, she kind of hangs out. She kind of just thinks she knows daddy's in charge. So it's kind of the same concept. She kind of just runs around and does what she wants to do.
That little girl be getting dressed. Like how much does she how much does she like the outfits and stuff like that, or is she part of that, or is it you guys? You or is that Jaleesa?
It's Jaleesa. There was a transition. At first, she didn't want to take pictures. Now, I don't know if you guys saw the recent photos where she's doing the peace sign. She's on the head,
hamming it up.
Oh man, she's just like the shades. She's like, "Get my outfit, daddy." She's fully embracing it, but still a kid. As soon as she gets to church, it's like we have to stop running around in the same way with her friends. So it's kind of, and where we are in Raleigh, it's a great time. We got a lot of young adult families which have kids.
That's good.
And so, we definitely have a great mix, and we don't just see them at church. I think that's the best part. I think we're intentional about having a lot of more play dates and doing a lot more stuff. That's the cool part about it. So it's good.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
It's dope.
I feel like we're about 5 minutes early, but I feel like we need to do our commercial right now.
Why?
Because of what we're talking about. We don't have to.
You want to change the topics?
What do you mean? We're talking about his daughter. Isn't that relevant for the commercial?
Oh, right. Duh.
What are you thinking about?
I forgot. I wasn't thinking about. I'm thinking about the time and the conversation.
No, let's do a commercial.
You're right. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're a couple minutes early. We're going to take our commercial break because the topic is irrelevant. I wasn't thinking about the topic at all. All right. So quick commercial break. We'll be right back with more from Austin. Oh crap! My son had another blowout diaper.
Your son, Theo, isn't he like 6? He's still in diapers?
Hey, I didn't write the script. You literally did. This episode is brought to you by More Than You Can Bear Diapers, the first consecrated diaper brand that's guaranteed to hold more than the leading brand can bear.
That's right. When Huggies and Pampers crap spills over, More Than You Can Bear Diapers stays full of crap because it doesn't leak out the sides.
Tired of dry heaving while you clean up your filthy progeny?
Did you throw your back out gagging the last time your little angel took a huge dump and it slowly slid down her legs into her socks?
Were your glasses fogged up the last time your little champion did his business?
Then try More Than You Can Bear diapers and see if you even think about those other brands again. You can stop being pissed off and on.
Keep feeding your kid greens, fresh fruit, and macaroni and cheese with More Than You Can Bear diapers. Mention Club PK at checkout, that's CLUBPK, to receive an extra case of diapers for an additional $50.
That's right. Mention Club PK at checkout, that's CLUBPK, to receive an extra case of diapers for an additional $50.
More Than You Can Bear diapers. Stop being pissed off and on.
So let me let me just say that for the first 10 seconds of this, I went straight to Google. I was like, whoa. Wait a second.
I haven't heard of this brand.
Like, this is a brand new. Is this a faith-based brand?
Faith-based diapers, man. I don't see why not.
Crazy. That's a crazy tagline. That's good. That was good, guys.
Arden's out of diapers.
Continue talking.
Oh, way out. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Potty trained.
Nice.
I feel like girls, aren't they usually, I mean, I don't have any children, obviously, but don't we usually get out of those faster?
Theo was definitely in diapers at 4.
Yeah.
But see, think about this. Here's the thing about Theo, and I don't want to cast all boys under this net, but I think it's probably true for all boys. I remember it being true for me. He doesn't care about being dirty. He does not care.
Oh.
He's not interested in being clean. He'll take a shower if I make him take a shower. He's not, sometimes he fights me, but he doesn't mind being clean, but that's not on his priority list at all.
Yeah.
So
Arden wants to be clean. She'll be like, Daddy, get this off of me. Now. Now, Daddy.
He doesn't care. To this day, he doesn't care. So
oh man.
He's sick.
Shout out to my dog Theo.
He's wilding. He's wilding somewhere with his mother, driving her crazy.
Oh my gosh.
He's fun though. I'm having fun. So how do you like parenting?
Same thing. It's the best thing I've done.
It's fantastic, isn't it? It's so much fun.
It's great. It's definitely great.
I want a girl though.
Come on, man.
Do it.
Let's switch. Let's trade for like.
Let's switch.
3 weeks. You take Theo for 3 weeks. I'll take Arden. We'll switch back afterwards.
Yeah. She would look at you and be like, "Send me back home right now." we welcome Theo here.
Send me home immediately.
yeah. She said, "I was just here to visit, not stay."
Right. And visiting means an hour, 2 hours at the most.
Right. Right. With my parents close at hand.
Exactly.
I see mom and dad during the visit.
So you mentioned earlier, this is a hard shift. You mentioned earlier that your father passed away when you were younger. How old were you when that happened?
Oh man, I was a freshman in no. Yeah. I was a freshman in high school. So
14?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, 13, 14.
Which is young, and it was obviously sudden. I mean,
sudden, I had a heart attack. Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, that definitely that shaped our future for sure. Mm-hmm. At the time, you all's dad was actually our pastor at Oakwood, and I still remember your parents coming to visit. That pastoral visit, I still remember that, and that was and it was consistent, and so it really, I think at the time, I felt like, man, Pastor Nixon's got this mega church. I would have been fine if an elder showed up. I think in my mind I was like young, but he took that time to do that. That was like, at the time, big for us as young boys. It made us feel like a kid, and it did. And so we definitely have that bond for sure with your parents. But yeah, that was a tough shift, but we still stayed connected with other pastoral families. We never felt like outcasts, at least from my perspective. My brother may feel differently, but yeah, I think some of those same bonds we kept, and it's been good. It was good for us in our development for the future, for sure.
At that time in your life, did you already have an idea of what you wanted to do?
No. No. I not really. I think there was one. Oh, there was in the back of my mind. There was one aspect that I felt like my parents always broke, and I was like, and they would always say, you don't make a lot of past your salary. Your reward is in the earth made new.
Yeah, we're not laying up treasures in this life.
Oh my. And so I didn't want to wait to get to heaven for those new Jordans. So I just But no, but we never lacked for anything. But I think when I got older, dude, I think I don't know. I haven't told a lot of people this. I started Oakwood actually doing like business. I was a business major for like 2 weeks, and this lady walked up to me and she was like, "Now you lying." She was like, "The call that's on your life. What are you doing with your father's legacy?" She was like, dude, I went back to wherever office you go to, and I changed that major immediately.
So did you feel called or pushed? Like, did you feel the burden of your dad's legacy?
I felt called, but I didn't want to recognize it. I was like, I want to do my own thing. I can, I don't, because I kind of felt like, man, am I just doing it because of my dad? But I felt called. I did. And I think I ran from it, kind of like a little Jonah situation.
For 2 weeks.
For 2 weeks, I did, and I was boasting. People call me like, "Man, you're not going to go into theology to follow your father's footsteps." I was like, "Oh no, I'm doing business. I can do ministry and business." And now here I am, loving the heck out of my job. But yeah, I think I ran from. But I felt it. I felt it, and I felt it a while ago. I think a part of it though was seeing how much he enjoyed it. And I felt like, man, it was contagious for me. I didn't realize it then, but now looking back, I'm like, man, that was only building me up for where I am now, for sure. That was a big thing.
So when you were like, finishing high school and stuff like that, and everybody's like, what are you gonna do? You were saying business.
Initially, I was, and it sounded so. Now that I think about it, I think people were just like, "Oh, that's cute." I think everybody else, everybody else kind of knows.
They're like, he's wrong.
All right, so what are you thinking? What? I didn't really I never had an answer for the question after. So, what do you want to do with business? And I would say something stupid like, "Yeah, I'm gonna follow my own path," and I'm gonna
whatever that means.
Right? It was all carnal. But yeah, no, I didn't look back. Once I switched, I didn't look back, but I was preaching. I mean, Claire, you were still there in Huntsville. I mean, I was doing a little preaching before then. I was doing like all these Martin Luther King speeches. I was up on stage. I was serving as like a youth leader at Oakwood at the time. It was just like when Craig Newburn was the pastor. So I was in it. I just kind of just was like, man, why am I denying it? And there's always a little bit of fear attached to it. Can you live up to legacy and things like that? But man, no, the Lord allowed me to even in my pastorate, having my own path and still looking back and leaning on the wisdom I got from him has been good, for sure.
Do you still feel do you still have a desire to do something else too?
Yeah, in fact, so I'm a business. It's funny. I'm actually a business owner now. I have a business company with a partner called Right Now Productions. In the pandemic, we started it where we provide remote production for online conferences, different platforms. A lot of the things that you see, which you all have, intros, countdowns, voiceovers. We kind of just built that, and so that's something that we lean into the tech space heavy. Always learning that, but yeah, going back to school for sure. It doesn't have to really be in religion. Looking at other ways to explore it. I think that even back when my father was pastoring, he still had some side hustles and other things. So I think that is something that I still picked up on and want to still do. So absolutely, for sure.
I'm trying to find your website.
Does it exist?
Do you have a website?
I do. Right now, hold on. It's Right Now Productions. Yeah, productions.com. Oh, but you know what? No. The designer is making some edits and changes.
Yeah.
So it may be down.
I wonder.
But yeah, we've worked with a lot of different conferences, churches, companies, and stuff like that. It's been good. It's been good to us.
Give me a banner, Claire, right now, production. I'll do it.
Okay. Are there any, I don't know if patterns is the right word, but it's the word that's coming to my mind, so that's what I'm going to use. Are there any patterns from growing up as a PK that you want to replicate for your daughter or avoid for your daughter?
Ooh, that's really good. Yeah. So my father did not bring home the woes of ministry, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think he knew that there was some stuff he could not bring to the house because he did not want to change our perspective of some people and members that we would see during during church on Sabbath, and so he really did a good job of, not like he was lying, but just like there's some things that at the time when we were younger, we need to hear about sister so-and-so or brother so-and-so, or how he had a tough day at the conference office or things like that. I think there needs to be, and Snell really taught me this too, there just needs to be a separation. I think it's important. So like that when I come home, I'm dad. I don't need to be, I'm not the pastor. When I come to the house, I'm not in charge of the church. I'm your father. I'm a husband. And I like having that. I like having that. I don't want to call it identity shift, but I guess that's what it is. But that shift to just kind of be all in for her. And she, she's my roll dog. When my wife went back to work from 3 months, I've been with Arden pretty much, every day. And my wife does a great job in terms of taking the reins when she gets home and allowing me to do most of my work in the evening. But when we go to church early, when we got to Gethsemane at the garden here, when we were putting up the building project, and we have this, we have a brand new Family Life Center. It's been up for 2 years now, and but Arden would walk with me with the hard hat, her little hard hat. We walk around before the building was even resurrected to that point, and we walk around and do stuff, go visit the school. She'd roll with me. Never took her. I don't take her to any hospital visits. I've never done that, and I don't think I will. My father didn't, so I don't plan to. So I just tell people, if you want me to come visit you, if you're sick or when it comes to, you got to wait till either I have someone to watch you or things like that. But so that's another pattern that I just I think there's some things, and I don't do funerals either. I don't bring her with me to funerals. I just think, as being young, there's certain things that I'm not ready to expose her to.
That would be awkward.
So it's just weird. So especially if she's listening to like Coco Melon at the time while I'm getting ready to lay your loved one to rest.
Right. Maybe could you turn that down a little bit?
Right. I was saying. It's like, daddy's gotta do this thing with Sam, but I want you to enjoy this Daniel's Tiger while I'm up here. So I think there's just something subconsciously, and members are sweet. Oh, we'll watch her. I think she can sit in the back with me. And I'm like, I think just for right now, when she gets older, I'm sure that will be something that, all of us in life will have to experience, but at the time, not now. And then I think too, just the patterns that I want to really kind of continue is just to enjoy church, not to have a relationship. My daughter, she just 2 weeks ago, I think it's 2 weeks ago, she sang in the choir, had a solo for the first time.
Nice.
Oh man, my heart just melted. And Paul's like, and Claire, this too, having nieces and nephews, you tell them to do something like you should sing, and they're like, no, I don't want to sing, and they just fight you. But then when they decided on their own, it's like, this is my decision. Right. I wanted to do it. I want to go to rehearsal. I want to sing, and it was just a beautiful moment. We were just talking about just a change in that. So I think the positive sides, because I think one of the misconceptions, it doesn't have to be bad for PKs.
Right.
It doesn't have to suck.
Yeah.
And if it was tough for some PKs, you can change the narrative. If you end up being a pastor and you have children, you can change it. You can do things different. And I think there are ways to do that. And I think it has benefited me greatly that she enjoys it. Because I know there's gonna come times where she's like, I don't feel like going with your daddy right now. Right. I don't want to, and I understand that. That's the natural progression. But I never wanted to feel forced. Never wanted to feel. But right now she's forcing me. Like, Dad, we got to get there. We got to get there at Sabbath school at 10. Are we gonna be on time?
Wow.
When I go guest preach at other churches, she can't she's like, well, can we go to my Sabbath school first? And then can we, so those are always things that are a lot of fun to do.
I had a question that left my brain. That's unfortunate.
So, I want to dig up some dirt here.
Okay. Oh gosh.
What about rebellion? What did rebellion look like for young Austin?
Well, so
what did you fight against? What did you not?
So think about that, Austin. But
that's a really broad question, I know. But what did you not like? In what ways is a better way of asking the question? In what ways were you more of a typical PK, where it's like, they expect
so.
So
my comment before you answer that again is about that because Austin is saying if you had a poor experience, you can change the narrative for your own kids, and also not everybody has a poor experience. And when he said that, I thought to myself, there's another narrative that says pastors' kids are bad,
right?
And people just assume
that's true,
that they're bad. And I think
that's a negative thing. That's right. You're right.
So
that's really not always the case.
This is kind of where our question's coming from. Like, are there any? And bad's not a good word, but rebellion's a better word. Are there any parts of your upbringing that you rebelled against, and what did that look like for you?
Man, I think rebelled. Man, how do I say this without sounding like a complete pompous? I think that when I got into like my preteen years, I didn't think that just because my dad's a pastor, I can do what I want type phase. I think I had a little bit of that. I had a little bit of, there was some sometimes I just said yes, ma'am, or no, ma'am, that I did. And there were times where I, would be talking and acting like I was, just with the other kids hanging out, not knowing that I was probably embarrassing my father. There was a time, man, I was talking in the balcony. I was talking, Paul, in the balcony. He was guest speaking. And I was loud. I was making a ruckus of the friends. And other kids, later I found out, were uncomfortable with how much this pastor's kid was talking, doing stuff, that he stopped preaching and was like, son.
Stop. Hold on. Let me ask you a question.
No, wait.
Let me make sure I understand what you're saying.
Wait.
So we're in 11 o'clock hour.
In 11 o'clock hour.
Your dad's preaching.
He's preaching. So imagine a church the size of Mount Calvary, somewhere like that, right? And I was just, I went with him.
Talking so loud that he could hear you at the front, though?
It was enough to where I was, tapping other kids, laughing, joking, where I was in his viewpoint.
And he stopped.
And I think he was so embarrassed that he paused and was like, son. And I heard, when your dad says
it, you know the tone, yeah.
Oh yeah, it was crazy. I had a rebellious face. Listen, this is a PK exclusive. I have never told anybody this. Only my mom, my wife knows this. Let me not serious the pod up. Let me this is serious.
We go serious for a minute.
All right, so I've never shared this. But there was a time when my father was chaplain at Oakwood, and I was playing at the time with Pastor James Doggett, playing basketball on the 8th grade team. And I was still in this rebellious phase, right? I was in this phase where, just the typical kid that just didn't, you don't listen, not talking back to your parent. And
you were 8th grade, you're early teen.
I'm early teen, right? So I'm 8th grade. I'm early teen, right? And so I never forget that my dad said, all right, son, it's time to leave the gym. And I just kind of scoffed at him. I was like, I'm not ready to go. I was like, I'll just so-and-so. I was like, so-and-so will just take us home. I just threw another person's parent out there, which is so dumb.
I hope he left. I hope that's where the story ends. He went home.
No, man. You know what's crazy? What's crazy was that person's parent wasn't even there. So I just was an idiot. So, man, it was so crazy, man. But I spoke to him
right
in front of people like that.
Right.
And for those that knew my father, he was very mild-mannered. You would never really see him raise his voice. And dude, man, I've never told anybody this. This is so personal and crazy, but I love y'all. Dude, I'm about to serious the pod up. Dude, when I turned back to him, when I realized that other parent wasn't going to take me, or it wasn't there, I saw him tear up.
Wow.
And so he just started walking to the car. And I think this might be the first time I heard the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit says you need to get up and you need to go apologize to your father. So, dude, man, we get to the car, man, and this dude just sitting, Paul, in the car. He's just tears are just flowing.
Wow.
And he's like, I don't understand why you're being so rebellious. He's like, I don't understand why you treat me like crap.
Jeez.
And I'm sitting there. He's like, is it the lifestyle? Is it that you don't? I mean, he asked me, like, is the pastor's life? Is it just?
Yeah, it's not a rhetorical question. Like, I want to talk about
Is it me?
Yeah.
And so Claire, I'm like, no, Dad, of course not. I'm just such a simp. I'm like, oh God. But it was a moment that we needed to have where it was just like, like the pastor, the chaplain, my father was actually having a moment, and it's like, I'm doing the best I can. I'm out here tired. I preached today, and we did church, and we did all this other stuff. I took you to a game, that you barely played in anyway, right? So then, and I'm ready to go home, and I didn't hear my father just say, after a long day of pastoring, son, we've been here long enough. It's time and I just should have been more grateful and said, Dad, we can go whenever you're ready. But in that rebellious phase, right? And I think a part of it was like I see other friends, other people doing what they want to do, and they don't have the supervision of their parents. Their father's not at every church event. And I took that for granted. And I'm so glad that I fixed that part before he passed. I'm so glad, because I think we got like another year and a half, and that changed our relationship.
Wow.
It did. I just was like, you know what? This is my dog. Like, yeah, right. I mean, he's sacrificing. And that's the first time I've really noticed the sacrifice, that pastors, that PKs, their parents make.
Right.
That after a long day of ministry, they still have a responsibility to make sure that we have the time that we need. And he provided that. And I think that changed it. That's a PK club PK. I have never shared that publicly, but that part changed it for me. And I'm grateful for that hard moment that we had, because it gave me a chance to say, I'm sorry. I would have hated for him to have passed, and we never would have had that. Even as a young kid, we would have never had that moment. And I think that moment, it shook me, but it changed me in a good way.
This is tough because I think a lot of people expect. Actually, I don't know if that's true. I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, how do I? I think kids are dumb.
Yes.
I think they're immature. That's really the word I want to use. They're immature.
Yeah, for sure.
They think they're adults.
Well, let's go with immature.
they think they're adults, but they're really, really, really not.
Yeah.
And they really have no concept of what emotional maturity looks like. Because your brain is literally, you have 13 years of experience on the planet.
Yeah.
You're still baking, right?
That's nothing. Yeah.
And your dad's vulnerability, because he could have smacked you.
He could have raised up on you. Yeah, he could have raised up on you.
Deserved it.
Well within his rights to raise up on
you. But he was vulnerable instead, and that sounds. You're saying it changed the trajectory of your relationship, but I feel like it changed the trajectory of who you are as a man. I mean,
definitely 100%.
Like
that's a very different example.
That's the canon moment for me.
Yes.
That is that canon moment.
That's a very different example than what it could have been.
Yeah, your villain story was cooking until that moment.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh, you changed it because he was vulnerable enough as a man.
Yeah.
To tell me that I hurt his feelings.
And it didn't make him. It made him more of a man to do that, not less of a man.
Not diminish him
that
at all.
Says something about just who he was as a man. That's tough. From like his perspective, that's tough.
That's actually pretty gangster if you think about it. That's like That's like
there, but
it's like G material.
Yeah, that's. Well, thank you for sharing. That's a good
amazing.
story, and I almost want you to tell it all the time, because I think it's important for people to understand that your child, sometimes they're not going to respond the way you want until you show vulnerability. Sometimes they might respond to harder punishment, but seeing your dad cry at that age, that's punishment. That's tough.
No, it really is.
Because you never want that to happen again.
Exactly.
You don't want that to happen, because he's Superman to you.
Right.
Exactly.
I mean, so, dude, like I never want that to happen again. That's how I felt.
If he had responded, I don't know if you got spanked. Did you get spanked growing up?
What? Yes.
So if he had spanked you, you probably wouldn't even remember it.
For sure.
It would have just blended into the background of all the other times.
All the other spankings.
Or
taking my at the time, I think I had a sidekick or something.
Yeah, I would take your phone for a week. It would have just blended in with all the other.
It would have been, or punished me, took the GameCube away.
Right.
But he got so real.
Wow.
Dude, man.
Changed the trajectory of your life. And here's the other thing. Because your father died when you were really young, and obviously it's tragic. But it seems to me like you look back on that period with gratitude.
Oh yeah,
because you had that time after that moment. A year and a half of a really good relationship with this guy.
Right.
Man, that's amazing.
Which is crazy. That's an exclusive. I've never shared that. I've never shared that ever publicly.
Wow. I hope it's not. That needs to be. You're preaching this week. It needs to be your sermon illustration somewhere in there. There's so many spiritual lessons. Like there's so many spiritual lessons, and it's good. It's good to hear. It's kind of a refreshing story that you don't hear stories like that.
Right.
And so, and it played such a big part in your life and his, I'm sure.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like for both of you, that it's like, how can we, and particularly in the African American community, how can we interject more vulnerability in our family dynamics? I guess that's the end of my sentence. Period.
No, yeah. And I think we have to create those spaces. And I think for me, he didn't rush. He didn't drive angry.
Right.
It was the longest 10 minutes of my life, probably. Because it's just like you don't want to say anything because you don't know what you don't want to. And just kind of when he just shared it, just like I said, it did change my life. That's a good point. It just changed that year and a half. It changed my life, Paul, for sure.
And now you have a daughter,
right? Which is like vulnerable central over
exactly.
here.
But you had a little bit of practice before, so that's
I had
good.
practice on it, and I think that moment subconsciously always kind of plays in my mind, and I just have to be, mindful of those things, and it has helped. And asking her what's wrong and having conversations, and she's just like, I don't know how to share how I feel, and sometimes just a hug fixes it. Those type of things you just do. And it pays off for sure.
Yeah,
my bad. I serious the pod real bad. My bad, guys.
No, that was. Thank you for that story. That was important.
That was fantastic. But I think, and it's one thing I think you continue to learn as a parent. The way you respond to your kids' responses matters, right? They're going to respond to you, and the way you respond to them responding to you, it matters. You have to, it can't just be. It can be, but I think it can be damaging if it's all one thing all the time. If it's always I'm in charge, do what I say. And I think there's a time for that. There's absolutely a time where it's like, I can't explain this to you right now, just do it. But there's also got to be a time, I think, where it's that vulnerable piece, right? And it's like, hey, I need you to, whatever, respond differently, or let me understand what you're going through. Let me just ask, why, I don't understand why you're so upset. Let's talk about it. Or let me stop what I'm doing. Come sit on my lap and let's.
That's another one too.
Give daddy a hug or whatever.
Yep. Stop what you're doing. Piece is a big piece. Yeah. Yep.
So learn. You keep learning. You hopefully you get better at it as you get. More.
That's the goal. You make mistakes along the way. Make mistakes, and you just kind of got to build. So and So yeah, that moment taught me a lot. Thank you guys for letting me share that.
It was great. It was great.
I think you have to be very brave and also a little crazy to have kids, like willingly, because it's not. You don't know. You might have dreams.
You don't know anything.
You don't know anything.
You don't know anything.
No book will tell you what happens when that child comes out. Yeah,
not at all.
What you feel, yeah, for sure.
And it's every day, day in and day out. I'm like, I commend you guys, and you're both doing it so well, that you're really good examples of how to parent Black boys and Black girls. You're really good examples of that. But I also think, as a single person, you gotta be a little demented to do that.
Yeah,
a lot of bravery, and also a little crazy.
It's bravery, yeah, for sure.
Because we know, hospital, they just kick you out.
They just send you home.
This kid is like what, 2 days, 3 days old. You're just gonna send me home.
Couple of days,
and you gotta figure it out.
Here in Alabama, they made sure I knew how to strap in the car seat. They had to watch me strap in the car seat,
and that
was it.
That's it.
I was qualified to take my son home.
They didn't make sure you know how to tuck him in there correctly. It's just getting the car seat.
There was no baby. It was just the car seat. The car seat in the car.
Empty car seat.
The child was not there. He was inside.
You gotta make sure, like, just because of the laws, putting them in that seat, getting that seat.
Getting the
secured.
Seat
right.
It's a little tricky when you gotta tighten it up now. You like
whether or not I know how to put him in the seat is a different issue. I got to put the seat in the car, and you are licensed. Go home.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
And then they send you a bill anyway.
But we knew Austin was crazy when he did 15 minutes of stand-up comedy at Andrew's funeral. We knew.
Listen.
You know, I felt, that I'm glad you brought that up, because that was one of the toughest days for all three of us, I'm sure. I mean, just rough. And I just kind of felt like I got to tell these folk about Drew for real. And I think it was therapeutic for me. And I debated. I was going to serious it up too. Oh, no,
I'm so glad you didn't.
You did the right thing.
I was like, you know what? Am I crazy enough? I asked myself, am I crazy enough? I can't say who, but the colleague next to me, he's just bawling his eyes out. And I'm about to. And I, in that moment, I'm like, I'm about to say something crazy and funny, and I'm grateful. Another great father that I looked up to, for sure, man.
And here's why I appreciate comedy at funerals. It's crying at a funeral is really uncomfortable for me, but laughing at a funeral is easy. And to me, crying and laughing are like the same. They're very close to each other.
It was this tension break.
Yeah.
It breaks the tension.
Yeah. And I can grieve through laughter. It's a little more difficult. Like I have to try to grieve through crying, but I don't have to try to grieve. But you're not supposed to laugh at funerals.
Right.
You're not supposed to do that. So funerals to me are always just tough. Like, how do I do this? But you made it easy because you were just funny. And you were also just honest about, just like honest. You said, who he was. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And they were just fun. I'm talking about people were bent over laughing, slapping their knees.
I think I had told people when I told the story about Andrew and how hot his house was. I don't think people really understood that when we walked in that house, it was like a sauna in there, and it just he was such a penny pincher, and it was like we won't survive the night. Calling Hannah, to ask her to save her, to me it was life and death. It wasn't funny then. It's funny now, but
right.
Then I'm like, and he's Andrew is like he's in like a Yankees t-shirt. He's got long pants on and a robe. So
he had a robe on.
He's not even hot.
He's like, I'm fine. I'm like, your ministry has caused you to go mad. But it was a real. I really did call Hannah, and that people asked, I said yes.
And yes. that also reminded us how much Andrew was like Uncle Phil, who also passed away. People don't know. So it was just nice, almost to talk about or to hear someone talk about Uncle Phil again, even though you were talking about Andrew.
Right.
Because that heat thing is Uncle Phil all the way.
Oh,
like,
man,
pinching pennies.
I never knew that. Wow. So he gained that from his father.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sure.
Wow. That's true to who. So I'm just like, Yeah, it was. I don't want to say it was a good funeral because that sounds bad to say, but
those were good stories in that moment.
Yes,
that I wanted to share. And he was upset. Let me just say, man, when he came out that room, he felt so betrayed. But in that moment, I was like, we have to live, bro. Like,
yeah, you gotta be alive. The fact that you're mad at me right now is proof we're still alive.
90 outside,
right?
It's just turn the air on, brother.
I'm here, you can turn it back off when I go.
And we're trying to convince him, and it's 3 black dudes in the house. It's just warm. That already creates a level of heat circulation.
Exactly.
Oh man,
I have a folder. I collect movies and stuff. I have a folder of my favorite sermons. In that folder, I have your stand-up at Andrew's funeral. I just opened it up. It's 10 minutes and 10 seconds. Really? It's one of my favorite sermons.
Wow.
It's in my sermons folder.
Wow.
10 minutes of telling jokes at Andrew's funeral in there. You know what else is in there is Dwayne's eulogy, because that was incredible.
My God.
First of all, let's say that's one of the best sermons we heard.
Absolutely.
Not even, oh my goodness, that was amazing.
It was amazing.
That's just the best sermon.
That was incredible. So incredible. Two of my favorite sermons were at that funeral.
Wow, man, I'm honored, man. I'm honored that I could bring that left. I go back and oftentimes look at it, man, just to remind myself of just those stories and to get into to be man, just inspired by who he was, for sure.
Yeah. We about out of time. Let me ask you a random trivia question.
All right, I'm ready.
And then we're gonna shut it down. All right, so I know you're a movie fan. Did you see the new Jurassic World movie this summer?
No, with Scarlett
Johansson.
With Scarlett Johansson.
I didn't see it yet.
What's his name? Mahershala Hasbaz. What's his name?
Yeah, Mahershala.
Was it Mahershala? Yeah, but that's right.
He was in there,
yeah.
Are you're a fan of the Jurassic movies?
I am. I've seen them. Yeah. I can say that. I've seen them.
Okay, so you might not know this one. There have been, I think, 7 now. I think this last one was number 7. The question is, what year was the first one released?
Ooh.
First Jurassic Park movie. What year was the first Jurassic Park movie released?
91?
Which is good guess.
91 is close.
That first one was an iconic film.
It was.
I actually might turn it on.
It was really good.
It was a really good movie.
It was really good. 91 is incorrect.
Do
you hear my sound effect? You guys didn't react to it at all?
Oh no, I didn't hear it.
I did the Price is Right sound.
I didn't hear it on my
I didn't hear it.
Hold on a second. Oh wait. We got a comment in here.
No, we don't.
Oh, yeah, we don't. Okay.
I saw that like that.
There it is. Okay. I think it's this one. Nope, that's not
There
it.
you go. Oh,
that
that's
works.
still a good one. We heard it.
That's but that's not what I wanted. Let's try this one. Hold on a second. There it is.
There you go.
There you go. My bad.
93 is actually.
Oh,
93. So it's close.
Yeah, you were close. So early 90s is correct.
Early 90s is right.
But yeah. That was
good. The lack of CGI.
Right.
And special effects.
Yeah.
But that was special effects in 93. That's what we had.
No, you had to make a massive dinosaur and drive it around the park.
I think I saw it in 2000s though, and I was like, oh man.
Oh, nah, yeah, you can't.
I saw it in probably not 93, but because we were still doing the it's VHS. You know what I'm saying? You wait to come out on VHS and watch.
Oh yeah, oh that's right.
It was probably the next year or something like that when we saw it.
That's right.
Anyway. All right. So yeah. Thanks, Austin. We appreciate you.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate y'all, man. Thanks for having me on.
We want you and Jaleesa to come back together. Because at some point we do want to start talking to couples about how to raise PKs.
Mm-hmm.
And you've already said a lot of good stuff in this episode, but yeah, we'll invite you back soon.
My wife would have a lot to share with that. Absolutely. She would have a lot to share.
We hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, man. So if you have a few minutes, just hang out backstage for just a minute. We'll wrap up and come talk to you.
Absolutely. I'm here.
All right. So we're going to put Austin backstage and we're going to do another quick commercial.
This commercial's real.
We're going to do a wrap. This is a real commercial. This one's not funny. Here we go.
I love reading books that help bring me closer to God, but once I put the book down, it's sometimes difficult to take the principle I just learned and apply it to my daily life.
You know, sometimes something similar happens to me after leaving church. I go to a great service and I feel spiritually fulfilled by the music, the preacher, the fellowship, but I don't always know what to do next.
To help solve this problem, we've created a unique resource to help you live your life with God more fully.
The God is a Person workbook includes additional practical steps and challenges that can be done individually or with a group. They are designed to help bridge the gap between the decision to live with God and starting a lifestyle of living with God.
Each practical step also includes access to a short video where we give further encouragement and insight.
Visit cpnix.com or Apple Books to order your copy today. Hey,
Good
check
times.
us out. We got some resources to help you guys.
Yes, we do.
Books and talks and all kind of stuff.
We do the things.
We do the things. Oh yeah, that was fantastic.
Yep, I knew it was going to be before. I mean,
obviously.
I meant to say this at the beginning. I've been looking forward to having Austin on for actual months.
It's been
I
a
just
while.
knew it was going to be a good time. So I'm glad we got it.
Great. It's always a great balance of being able to talk about real stuff and just laughing, you know.
Right. Which is the kind of life I want to live. So it's nice to have guests on who kind of,
We've had a few of those in a row. Shannon's like that, and
Yeah.
Bobby was like that, and a lot of. I mean, we just had good guests. So
Yep.
Just grateful to our guests. And
Thanks for joining us on our. We forgot to say on our new day and time. By the way,
right? We switch days and times.
Sometimes this will happen to accommodate our work schedules. So Thursdays at 6:30 Eastern, 5:30 Central is going to be our new time.
Until we switch it again.
We'll let y'all know. Thanks for joining us, everybody.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Peace.